This week, we're making loaded cauliflower chaffles. So stick around, we'll get started right after this. What's up, everyone? So as you can see, we're making chaffles again this week. Starting with 2 eggs. This is 1/3 of a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. And then we've got 1/3 of a cup of this jalapeno peppercorn cheddar cheese. And then we've got 2 strips of bacon that I've chopped up. And then I've got, maybe 1/3 of a cup of roasted cauliflower. And then we've got some shredded parmesan cheese that we're going to use to crisp up these chaffles. So we've got our 2 eggs beaten up here, and we're going to add the mozzarella cheese. Now this is the base of a typical chaffle. We're just going to switch it up and add a bit of cheddar cheese this week. Now this is based off of a loaded cauliflower casserole that I like to take to like potluck dinners and stuff like that. One of my favorite things, really, especially during the summer. I really love roasted cauliflower, so I figured we'd try and make a chaffle out of it. So we've got our 2 cheeses mixed up. Now we're gonna add our crispy bacon and our roasted cauliflower. This is just roasted on the barbecue in a basket, just with avocado oil and salt. Basically just a basic roasted cauliflower. I really love the nuttiness that you get from it when you roast it. So I figured this might make a good chaffle. So we'll get this mixed up. Doesn't take very long at all. We're gonna get 3 chaffles out of this mix this week. So we'll get the dash minis warmed up and we'll start putting these together. So as you can see, the dash minis are all nice and preheated. Now we're gonna add some of the shredded parmesan cheese down first. This is my sort of trick to making crispy chaffles every time. If you haven't seen the video about how to make crispy chaffles, be sure to check it out. I'll leave a button for it up at the top for you. So just start with the parmesan cheese and then we'll start adding our mixture. It's a really chunky mixture with the pieces of cauliflower, but it will turn out just fine. Just a couple of spoonfuls in each waffle iron will do us. And as per usual, I actually wound up putting too much mix in the waffle irons and it did spill out a little bit, but that's basically typical for what I wind up doing with these recipes. So that's about all we need right there. And then we're gonna put some parmesan on top as well. Just like that, because we want both sides of our chaffles to be crispy, of course. So we'll close these up and I'm gonna give them a little bit of a squeeze just to compress the cauliflower a little bit. Nothing too crazy, just to get it started. It'll settle down by itself pretty easily. So here's what the first 2 look like. As you can see, I put a little bit too much mixture into the waffle irons, but we didn't lose too much. Nice and golden brown, and they have a really nice crispy texture because of that Parmesan cheese. So we'll take these 2 out and put them aside on a wire rack to cool. Putting them on a wire rack allows the chaffles to cool without getting soggy. So I always like to do that. So we get our 3rd chaffle going here. As I mentioned, we have enough batter for 3 chaffles this week. Bonus chaffles are always welcome. Usually 2 isn't enough and the 3rd one is just enough. So we'll get the rest of our mixture into the waffle iron here. So hopefully you're enjoying this recipe this week. Again, this is one of my favorite casseroles. So as usual, we always like to turn some of our favorites into chaffles if we can. So that's what we figured we'd do this week. So a bit more Parmesan on top of the chaffle there and let that cook. Usually takes 4 to 5 minutes. Watch for the steam to finish coming out. And here we have another perfectly formed golden brown chaffle. So we'll set that aside and let that one cool as well. So these turned out really good, actually. Smelled great. Texture on them is amazing, nice and crispy, really sturdy chaffle. As you can see, it's nice and golden brown on both sides. So we'll open this up so that we can take a look in the inside and then give it a try. I would say this is a win in my books for a chaffle, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Tastes great, smells great, great texture. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next week for another recipe. Keep on thriving, my friends.